G'day YouTube, welcome to GJBricks. I'm Greg. Now this is my first video in the new Lego room, so there's a few things still going on. There were supposed to be posters behind here, but my little kid baby destroyed them before I got them on the wall, so I've got to go and get them again. Annoying. But today I want to talk about Lego ideas. I am a big fan of Lego ideas, and I've been wanting to do a video about Lego ideas for a while because it's just so awesome. You know, I have done a couple of videos where I talk about things going through, but I actually want to talk about what's been going on Lego ideas, the popular things. Lego does an awesome blog roundup about what's going on and things like that, and I've been wanting to do something to follow up on that. Now, interestingly, today seemed like a really good day to do it because they have announced a whopping 26 ideas have reached 10,000 votes so far this year. So 26, that's 26 ideas are going into the first round of reviews ready for potentially being made. Now it does sort of beg the question, why is it so high at the moment? Is it because of coronavirus and everyone being at home? As Lego ideas, you know, become more popular, or are the ideas that much better, or is it a combination of all three? I think if you look at the quality of the last few ideas that have made it through, Pirates of Barracuda Bay, stunning set, one of my favourites, must do my review on that one. You've got Sesame Street coming out, that again, great design. There's just so many good sets in there. And looking at the lineup here, now I haven't seen all of these sets, I will be honest with you. I did vote for quite a few of them though, and I'm going to go through all 26 of them with you now, but just looking at them quickly, there's such good quality there. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what the impact is. Is Lego going to do anything to adjust Lego ideas from here? Are they going to sort of increase the number of votes you have to do? Are they going to do something else to change it? You know, it seems like 26 seems like a lot getting through, and that's a lot to sort of reject. Clearly people love these things, so why, you know, they can't just get rid of all 26 somehow. So maybe they need to somehow reduce the number going through, or maybe they just need to start making more Lego ideas sets. Maybe we'll start to see, you know, 2 or 3 at a time released. Perhaps that's what they'll do. Obviously there's some criteria that goes into it, like the cost of manufacture. Is it a franchise they already have? You know, for example, I've got my Sanctum Sanctorum. I would love to submit that to Lego for Lego ideas, but it's too similar to a set they already make. Oh, sorry, it's a franchise they already have, so unfortunately, yeah, it would never happen. Are there other criteria in there? Is the licensing, you know, would the franchise that actually owns that not be interested in doing it? So, you know, so many factors that go into whether or not this will work. It's interesting to sort of see what happens from here forward. I feel like they might have to change. They're either going to have to change the criteria slightly, or they are going to have to start releasing more sets, which I would have to object to a lot because my bank account just cannot take the shock of buying all these sets. They're so good, especially if they're all as big as the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. It was a $300 set here, worth every penny, and my review is coming on that very soon. But seriously, like, that's expensive set. Now some of these sets are quite small, so, you know, I'd expect to see them, I'm talking Australian dollars here, not US dollars obviously, so, you know, a couple of these sets I'd expect to cost between $50 and $100. You know, there's a couple that are sort of the Flintstone size in sets, and then there's other ones that are massive, and then there's others that kind of fit in the middle there. So, you know, we've got a good spread of sizes here, so maybe there is room for Lego to say each quarter, or however often they release an ideas, there's going to be a small one, a medium one, and a big one. Perhaps maybe that's the way they'll do it if they can get the franchises on it. And obviously there's some sets which are, you know, the kind of the evergreen Lego approved. You know, there's a couple of Lego train ones in there, for example. There's no reason Lego can't release those because Lego makes trains. You know, I love trains, so I'm keen to see this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through all 26 of these very quickly and just give you my thoughts on them. The ones I voted for, the ones I didn't vote for, the ones I just want to share what they are and see what you think, and get your thoughts down below in the comments on what you think of these sets. Do you agree with what I just said about how they're going to do the voting and change the whole process? So let's get into it. So our first set, Mary Poppins Cherry Tree Lane. I think this is a stunning set. I love the scenes there. Mary Poppins is, you know, a film I know from my childhood. Still haven't persuaded my kids to watch it, but brilliant. I love the Mary Poppins flying with the umbrella. Brilliant. We've got the band. It's so many scenes in there. It's just epic. The chimneys everywhere. The kids are there. The balloons are there. The captain's house there. Absolutely. I would love to see this one go through. And you know, given the relationship with Lego and Disney, I don't see why this one wouldn't go through. The question would be, what would be the markup on this one because of the Disney franchise? But I would be surprised if this one wasn't very high up the list of contenders at Lego to be turned into a set, because it's absolutely crying out to be at that top end of what I said. So number 2, the Tesla Cybertruck. Again, you know, when this was done so quickly, yeah, the shape of this is brilliant, but it needs to be up to Mustang level in my book. So if Lego actually did approve this one, and I reckon Tesla would like to see this one, it would be a good set, and it would probably be kind of like that Mustang style. They'd have to get the doors working, things like that, so it would change, but it would definitely fit into that sort of creator kind of theme of things that actually work. So I'd be quite interested to see that one. I think it would work really, really well if they can solve the problem of things like the doors there, because this is obviously just a fixed shape at the moment. Very, very well done, caught the shape very, very well, but I think it needs to go up to that level to actually become a set. So the question is, would Lego think they can do that or not? Next up, the Untitled Goose game, and this would fit absolutely perfectly with what I said in that bottom end set. Now that would be, I don't think that would be here in Australia, what, a $50 set. Good fun, I like it. Lots of character there. Chitty Bang Bang, UCS Chitty Bang Bang. That's, if you've never seen the movie, just go and look it up on YouTube. The Chitty Bang Bang song. Crazy car, flies. Again, very close to my heart. I have not seen that movie for a very, very long time, so I might have to drag that one out for my kids and remind it. But, you know, gorgeous looking set. Love the shape, love the wheels, love everything about that one. He's really caught the details there, the shape of the wings. Everything is just gorgeous. Now, would that one make it through? That's a good question. I think that one might be a bit... Personally, I think that would be a bit too niche. I don't think enough people would be able to relate to Chitty Bang Bang to actually relate to that one. That being said, my generation, which is the AFOL, really kind of Lego's been really targeting that a lot lately. Maybe they would want to appeal to us. I mean, that to me would be in the 200 to 300 range set. I think that would be an expensive one. Next up, the train station Studgate. Love it. I voted for this one. I love my trains. I think this guy has done a fantastic job. Go and check out BrickinNick. He has some great ideas. He's on a few of the communities I'm on, shares his ideas, his city he's been building out. Now, I'm not sure he's actually built it or if he's all done it all in studio, but it's great. He's got loads of buildings. They all work together, very complementary. And this really is a shining example of the level of his level of design, his design skills. The detail through this set is great, and I'd love to see this one. Again, this would be on the upper, I feel, but I don't see why not, because this is an evergreen for Lego. It's a Lego City set. It's not based on, you know, it's more a Lego City set, but a creator Lego City set. I think that would be a good one. I'd love to see that one go through. SpaceX, Falcon 9. I feel like this could be a good contender to get through, given the relationship with NASA. Falcon, you know, the SpaceX has a very cool factor. I would be surprised if this didn't make it through with some changes. But I like it. I like the idea of it. I like, you know, I mean, it's a lot simpler than the Apollo rocket that obviously came apart. This literally is just a rocket with some feet that come out and a nose cone with something in it. But again, would love to see it. And again, minifig project number 7, the minifig scale project Gemini. Again, love to see something like this. I love the whole NASA thing. I'm very sad I missed out on the Apollo rocket. I will keep an eye out for that one and possibly get it one day, but I haven't bought it yet. But again, seeing this history of space and the connection Lego has, the cool factor of NASA, again, I think this is a very high contender, and it fits kind of in that middle niche again. Like I said, it's sort of on the $150 mark, I would say, because there's quite a lot of stuff in there as well as the license fee. Retro bowling alley, yes, needs to happen. Me and my mate Dr. McBrick, we talk about bowling all the time. Now he's done a sort of small internal one. We were jokingly talking about having bowling alleys in our cities as kind of like minifigure hangouts, and I will be adding a bowling alley somewhere in Studsburg when I've rebuilt it. There's currently a big gap here where the city should be, so that will be fixed. But yes, love this, great idea. I'm trying to remember if I voted for that one or not. Indiana Jones Trilogy. Lego has a good relationship with Indiana Jones. Now it'd be interesting to see if they've still got any license there to actually do stuff with it. But again, this is kind of like one of those architectural scenes rather than a sort of big play set. So that might be possible. Again, it's sort of on the 50 to 100 area there. It's a very much an architectural set in this case. And I don't see why not. I mean, but we're getting to realms here. I'm up to number 9 and I already think they're all really, really good. So it's going to be interesting. I don't envy the Lego judges to see this one. Bricks and Bloom, stunning set. Go and check this out. Number 10, Bricks 1980. This, I've seen this one on a lot of communities. I remember this. I definitely voted for this one. Looks great. So bright, so colourful. It's basically an expert set, a creator expert set. So again, it's interesting to see. It's not based on anything, so it could work. Maybe Lego will say, well, let's do a Lego Ideas expert set, or something like that works in there. Maybe that's the way Lego can do it. I mean, this is obviously this is in the realms of like the brick store, which here is $250. You can get it for $200 if you're lucky. But Sonic Mania, number 11. Now, I love Sonic the Hedgehog, and I feel like this fits with the cool factor. So this would definitely be on a sort of lower 50 to 100, assuming, and I think Sega would be more than happy to do something like this. I'd like to see that one done, definitely, but I'm not sure. Would it make it through? If they took the path they've done with Mario, maybe. Maybe if they can do something like that and turn it into the video game, maybe this is it. Maybe this is a no for the exact reason that maybe they're already talking to Sega about doing something like this. The Great Fishing Boat. Now this is an interesting one. I'm not so big on these sets that you build and you sort of just display. But at the same time, this has a lot of merit. I'm actually just going to go and check inside this one and see if it actually has an interior, because I can't remember. Now, I don't think I voted for this one. But if it has an interior, it's a lot more appealing. I don't think it has an interior. It's just the exterior of the boat. That's interesting. So if that had an interior, that would be a different thing. But again, it's a very much display set, but it's too high above the water to actually be a set for Inner City. But then again, I look at things like the Destiny's Bounty, and that, you know, kind of works in the water, but it sits very high. It's a good one. Would it be? Would it be or not? That's a good question. I love the colour scheme. I think that's very, you know, having grown up in Europe and visited Portugal and Spain a lot, where, you know, there's a lot of fishing communities there. That boat really sort of jumps out as being something like that. So, again, I'd love to see this happen. This is sort of that 200 bracket. I think this is like a middle, not a big one, but not a small one either. I like it. I think if they can add a few more details, like do a bit more of the interior of the boat and actually make it into sort of like an educational set, I think could definitely be a contender. Knight Rider, I love this. Again, needs a bit of work to be made into the right set, but looks stunning. It looks great. He's really caught the shapes on it. I did vote for this one, definitely. I love Knight Rider. Would appeal to my generation, absolutely. Younger audience would not have a clue what Knight Rider is, because every time they've tried to re-release Knight Rider in a new form, they have really screwed it up, in my opinion. And everybody who is an AFOL watching this will probably go, yep, you're right, or no, I disagree. But they have, in my opinion, absolutely screwed it up. Now, the Snow Groomer. This is an absolute beast. I remember watching this video before it was even on Lego Ideas. This thing is enormous. It is amazing what it does. Now, they haven't done a Lego Ideas, which is a Technic set, so why not? Why couldn't this one be? Now, this would be an expensive set, though. I mean, I'm building the Land Rover at the moment, and I think this would be more expensive than the Land Rover. There's so much in here. You would have to have this motorized. There's no way you could not motorize this set. And this set actually does have all of that motorization in it already. I'd love to see a Lego Technic Ideas set. I really would. I think this would be great. Piece bashers are absolutely phenomenal machines. I love them. Always love watching them work when I go skiing, which I haven't done for a while. But anyway, love it. I'd like to see this one again. So it's an interesting mix this time, because we've really got, like, I'm up to number 14 here, but we've got such a mix of kind of AFOL appealing, Technic. We've got some sort of kid stuff that would appeal, like the Mary Poppins one would get a whole generation of kids watching Mary Poppins again, I reckon. Whereas something like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I don't think that would, because it would appeal to my generation, not that generation. So again, there's an appeal there. The Mary Poppins set is a winner because it would appeal to a younger audience because of its playful nature, its bright colours, everything about it, and it would get them watching Mary Poppins. I dare say there's a remake of that coming at some point. Number 15, the castle in the forest. I love castles. Never had one. Always wanted to add one. I might have to do. You know, the Brick family's done one. So Brick family's done one for his city. I'd like to do something for Studgate at some point when I have time. But the detail in that's lovely. The colours, everything. I love the castle theme. The question there is Lego planning to bring back the castle theme like they've sort of done with the Pirates of Barracuda Bay? Are they going to do the same with castles? Because if they are, this could fit with that. Does it then become a Lego Ideas set? It is. It's again like it's crossing over, isn't it? Like that. The Pirates of Barracuda Bay is a precursor to. I keep pointing over here. Pirates of Barracuda Bay is actually right next to me, which is why I keep sort of looking in that direction as for a sort of inspiration. And it's that. I'd like to see these things come back. In my childhood, I loved those sets. I never had them. Always wanted them. Would appeal to me, but I think this would appeal to younger audience as well, like the pirate stuff. So that's definitely, again, tempting. And that one's on the sort of, that's bigger than the Flintstone set. That's in the sort of 100 to 200. It's not quite an expert set, but it's not quite a, you know, it's in that middle range. So now Coraline's Pink Palace, number 16, epic build. Now, I've seen the movie with my kids. They love it. I can see the appeal of it, and this colour scheme is incredible. And I've seen a few interviews with the designer of this, who was, I believe, I think she was she worked on the movie as well, so she was quite close to it in that respect. And I like seeing this. It opens up full doll's house. This is going to be an expensive set, but what an epic set. This is on there with the Sesame Street. I think the Sesame Street, the way that opens up and becomes like a doll's house, this is the same thing. I think that wouldn't be cheap, but again, I think they'd get the license on this because it's so perfect. I think they'd love to see something like this. You know, those kind of movie studios, they all the creative people there absolutely love Lego and doing things like this, and that would be, I think that could be a good contender to get through. Like I'm having trouble discounting anybody here. Historically accurate Rome. Again, this is the architectural set. I'd be honest, I would be surprised if this one did make it through personally. I think it's superb, fabulous, but I don't think the market would be there for it, so I don't think this would make it through. I like it, but I think for the size of it and the cost it would have to be, it wouldn't be good enough. I don't think there's enough interest in the Roman, unless I'm missing something. I don't think there's enough interest in the Romans at the moment to justify it, but I could be wrong. I'd like to see it because I'm big on, I love the Roman stuff. I've been to visit a couple of the Roman ruins in Italy when I was younger, and I absolutely love it, and I've always loved it, but I'd love to see it. Again, it's a kind of architectural again. It's a tough one, that one, because it would be quite an expensive set. It's pretty big. It's 3 baseboards long, effectively. So that's a lot of set. That's a lot of set with, yeah. I don't know. I don't think that one would make it through, but I would like to see it would. Ruined house. Great. Love the techniques in this one. Don't know. I don't think this is going to make it through, personally. I think it's fabulous. I think it appeals to a lot of people like myself. The techniques this guy's used to build this is brilliant. I don't think it's right for Lego Ideas audience. I don't think it's going to make it through, unfortunately. It's just too niche. It doesn't have that connection. I could be wrong, but this would be a $200 set. I don't think it would make it. So this, to me, is probably the first definite no, unfortunately. SpongeBob SquarePants. Something that has been out in Lego before, which probably means this one will be a no because Lego's already done SpongeBob SquarePants. But maybe not. I could be wrong there. But my understanding of the rules is if it's a franchise Lego already has or has done, it's not possible for it to go through. So I think this one might be discounted on that, unfortunately. But if it doesn't, I don't know a huge amount about SpongeBob SquarePants. It looks like a good set. Looks like it's got all the right bits in there. So it'll be interesting to see that one. Personally, I don't think that's that good of a set, but maybe some people will disagree with me. I think that one's a good one. Now, the working waterfall. This one's an interesting one. Go and watch the video on this. The guy's built a mechanical system that effectively makes it look like water is falling down behind it. And it's very, very clever, and it's very educational, and it looks great, and it would be a good display piece, motorized, running. There's lots of little Easter eggs in it as well. I'd like to see this one get through. I think this one is actually a contender in the sort of, this is about a 150 set, I reckon. Maybe 200 by the time you throw in all the mechanism and motorization and stuff like that. But again, it's got a good educational value, and I think this could be extended to do a few more things. So this one's definitely a definite maybe. I like it. I've watched the video on this one several times because I like his technique of it's not just like a constant stream of stuff going down. He's actually made it like a bit random. So it'd be interesting. To see what you guys think of this one. This is a contender to me because of its uniqueness and its educational factor, and it fits in a few different things. And this really is such a novel idea because it's not based on anything. So maybe that's where the appeal on this one is, but we'll see. Queen, the Miracle Express. I've got to be honest, I don't like this set. I've looked at it several times. I love trains. I don't like this train. I don't like it. But it doesn't mean it won't get through, because obviously Queen is a massive thing. Everyone likes Queen. I'm a big Queen fan. But I don't like this train. I don't think it looks right. But that doesn't mean it won't make it through. The question is, again, this is a licensing thing. Will they get the license on it? That is the question. Futurama. Love it. Love it. Now, can they get the license on this one? That's a good question. That could be what it comes down to. This is a big set. There's a lot in this set. So this again would be in the sort of 200 to 300 range, I think, by the time you throw in the licensing, the number of parts. If you combine this one with the other set, which is the bigger spaceship from Futurama, that would be pretty awesome. Now, I believe the other spaceship has already been through, and I don't think it got approved, which makes me think this one won't. The Iron Giant. I think it's a great set. I love my mechs. The Iron Giant's a fantastic movie. Now, I think this would have to be modified in a way that could actually make it turn into the sort of weaponized mode that the Iron Giant does have. But everything in the set is good. The posability is fantastic on it, which is a big problem with Lego mechs. The actual mechanization of it, the movement, is where it's always struggled. And this one, I think, does really do a good job on that one. I'm just looking at the details on it as well. It does have some of the weapons that go with it and all the main characters from the movie. So maybe this is a definite maybe. I'd like to see this one. It's not been done before. I think it's a fantastic looking set, and the guy's done an amazing job putting it together. I think that's a definite contender. But we'll see, because Lego does have a lot of mechs. But we did have Voltron recently, which was a great set on my backlog to build. Legend of Zelda. Now, this one's got a high contender in my books because of the relationship Lego seems to have with Nintendo now. Maybe. Everyone likes Zelda. Bit of a history there. It's a fabulous looking castle. Is it too close to the Disney castle? That's the question. And this one will definitely be on the high end of 300. There's a lot in that set. It might even be more than 300, to be honest. Looking at how much is in there and looking at the price of the Disney castle, this isn't far off that. So this is an expensive set, which might be what goes against it, but it looks fabulous. I think the designer has done a fantastic job on this, and everything about it is right. I don't think it's going to make it through, though. I think it'll be too expensive. And finally, Blue Origin. Boo. Now, I'm a SpaceX fan. I do feel like Blue Origin did copy them a bit, but their technology is very different and their audiences are very different. So it's interesting to see this one. Again, why not? SpaceX, Blue Origin, both of them will be keen to be promoting themselves. Maybe they will both come out. It will be interesting to see if one comes out and the other doesn't. And what the justification of why one... It's going to be a good question of if one comes out and the other doesn't, why? Because there's no reason one doesn't unless there's a licensing issue. So we're at that point now. Will SpaceX come out, or will Blue Origin come out? Will they both come out, or will neither of them come out for that exact reason? Oh, it's so complicated. I don't envy the Lego judges on this one. And finally, the Earth Globe. snuck in right at the end of this one. It might be a good thing or a bad thing for it, because it might have been better off to wait till the next quarter. But great educational piece. Love the design of it. I think this is a really good one, and I think this is a high contender to get through because it is so unique. It's got some fantastic techniques in there to actually make it all work and come together. I think this is a contender. I think this one is a definite maybe. The question is, would it sell is the question. Do they have sets like this one? Because the cost of this would be quite high, because there's some very big pieces in there, some big bulky pieces in there. And again, I think this would be in a sort of 100 to 150 range is my gut feel on it, because of the amount of the size of the pieces. And that might work against it. If they can keep the cost down on it, then I think it would almost sail through. But if they can't keep the cost down, I don't think it's going to have the appeal. I think it would be too niche. But who knows? I could be wrong there. Maybe Lego could do has a twist on that one. So yeah, great lineup. I love so many of these, as you can tell. I think the Lego ideas is something that really is good. I think some of these sets have a way to go to actually work. And my question is Lego going to release lots, start to release a few more sets, like, have a couple of sets at different price brackets, as I say. I mean, that way we could actually have a lot more of these sets. If they've just got to choose 3 of these sets, good luck, boys. You have no idea which ones you'd choose. Personally, the ones I would love the most to see go through, the train station, I love. If you go and check out that one, well worth looking at. The official blog post is down in the description underneath. I can't just say, unique ones. I'd like to see Bricks and Blooms, because I think that's beautiful. I've seen that one go through a few times. I'd like to see the Snow Groomer because of the Technic angle. I'd like to see that one. I think that one might be a case of Lego will do it, but as a Technic set. I don't see why not. They could do a Lego Ideas Technic set as an addition, maybe. Castle in the Forest. I'd like to see that one because it would again be a hint that maybe Lego's going to bring back some of their old stuff. Carolina's Pink Palace. I think I would love to see this. I know how happy this would make so many people, and it would appeal to a good spread of audience for Lego as well, which is, at the moment, a few of what I've said here has been quite kind of male bias, I reckon. That's not meant to sound sexist. You know what I mean, though? It's like a lot of it kind of feels boys' toys. I know everyone loves space, but Mary Poppins definitely has a kind of cross theme to it. Yeah. I'd like to see Mary Poppins, the train station I'd love to see go through some way. I'd like to see the Project Gemini, actually. I like SpaceX, but I'd like to see the Project Gemini go through more for the historical nature of it. The bowling alley, I'd love to see that one. I don't think would happen. Maybe Lego will do some city set or something around that one. But Bricks and Blooms, I'd love to see again. Kind of fits in the Creator Expert range. So Sonic Mania, I don't think... No, I think the licensing's there. Snow Groomer, definitely. Castle in the Forest. Carolina, sorry. Where else? What have we got? The Waterfall. I think the Waterfall. I'd like to see the Waterfall go through. It's a beautiful set. Go and have a look at it. Great techniques. There's so much going on in here. I think that one could be a contender. Futurama. I think the Futurama could be, if they haven't already rejected Futurama. And I'd really like to see the Earth globe go through. My kids have got a globe in their room. They love it. They do play with it. I'd like to see if Lego can make this one work. As I said, my concern is the cost. I don't think it'll work on the cost. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Lego ideas. I've rambled through it because I hadn't seen some of those ideas. I had seen some in passing but not voted for them. So you've heard my thoughts. Just talking to you now, how do you feel the judges are going to have to vote on this one? It's not going to be easy. Their criteria is going to be... We're going to need some new criteria, guys. Come on, what do we got? You mean to make this harder? But let me know in the comments which ones you'd like to see. What are your top 3 or your top... Let's say your top 5. Let's say your top 5 in order you'd like to see go through and why. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. If you agree with what I said around the kind of the appeal of the colours, the audience, the pricing... ones I've discounted because I think they'll be too expensive, or ones I think that Lego already has licensing on. Anyway, if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. I do post regularly, and I've got a couple more videos I think you'll be interested in following up here. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you again very, very soon.